Action from the University SRCs, we have in studio Gabriella Oliver, the National Treasurer General of the EFF Student Command, and Rendani Nematswarani, the Secretary General of the EFF Student Command. Good afternoon to you both and welcome to the SABC News Desk.
Thanks, Kishni.
A big day indeed, Rendani, a day that we've all been waiting for such a long time with the release of the report. How are students digesting news of this much anticipated report right now?
You know, Kishni, we have been expecting this kind of a report, and we know that there's nothing in the ANC that can offer us a free education. This report has been linked since it has been handed over to the president, and he tried to play some politics to say, no, it's not ready to release and everything. And then lately today, he just came and said, no, it's going to release at 12:30. And if you can check even the report itself, it doesn't cater anything from what we have demanded. We have demanded free educations. We didn't demand that he must introduce in the income contingent loan. We never said he must introduce those things. We said he must scrap in the NSFAS. Yes, he's scraping the NSFAS now to put it in the TVETs. What is the use of that? Because we know that NSFAS is corrupt. It's a corrupting element, it's a corrupt institutions. It can't go to TVETs, whereas in TVETs they were suffering with the problems of corruption in that institutions. So now it's just a matter of diverting issues around and trying to build corruption more stronger and stronger. So this report, there's nothing about education. Equally, they're just putting us in debts. The EFF recently spoke about nationalization of banks, and then the ANC, together with the DA, they rejected the motion. Now they come with a report saying they are going to partner with the financial sectors, which are banks. With the very same banks, they're the ones who refuse to be part and parcel of this commission in the first place. Now you are going to partner with them. Well, what is the use of those things?
Rendani, I just want to bring you in there, Gabriella, and on that note, when it comes to the private sector and the banking sector in particular, earlier we heard from your compatriots at UCT and the University of Free State voicing their concerns about the role of the banking sector in this new proposed plan, and they're worried that tertiary education will fall under the thumb of the financial sector. What are your thoughts on that, Gabriella, right now?
Well, personally, my thoughts on that is that sorry, can you just repeat the question again?
We just want your thoughts on the role of the banking sector in the new proposed plan when it comes to the ICI loans replacing NSFAS.
Well, as the EFF Student Command, our stance is that we reject that proposal on the basis that these institutions of banks never wanted to be involved in the inquiry commission in the first place. So for the president to mention in his commission report that the bank should be involved, we're not going to beg the banks to fund the education. First of all, because the institutions of to assist us in funding this education includes SARS and the JSC. And those are the very same institutions that did not want to be involved in this inquiry of free education. And this inquiry, the report of the commission speaks about speaks about the state not being able to fund education on the basis that it's economically not feasible, which is very incorrect of them to say, because the report wasn't supposed to be based on whether the state is able to fund education. It was supposed to declare free education. That is what the students of South Africa were saying. They were declaring free education, free quality education. That is our generational mission, free quality education, not this thing of this nonsensical report of the state not being able to fund the free education, which is also incorrect for them to say on the basis that recently, just very recently, the EFF submitted a motion of nationalization of banks without compensation in Parliament, which the very same state, the African National Congress, the very same government that is busy wasting students' time on with this fees, commissions, and all this under the 10 things. They rejected that motion, the very same motion that would have assisted students in funding that free education. Nationalization of mines, banks, and other strategic sectors, which are cardinal pillars of the EFF. The ANC claims it represents that very same policies. So why did the ANC reject that very same motion of nationalization without compensation?
Rendani, if I can bring you in here, why would you say NSFAS failed the majority of our students in the country right now?
You can just check on the report why they are saying it has failed. They removed it from universities to go and cater TVETs. Why did they do that? It's because it has failed to administrate in the universities. Now, because they think, the ANC think they control TVETs, and that's the hub of corruption where they can go and milk money, they are going to take that thing back to TVETs. And the TVETs, the reason why they can't manage the resources of universities is because the universities are autonomous institutions. So they're in the TVETs, they are not autonomous. They're controlled by the Minister of Higher Education. So they're going to have a chance of controlling everything and do everything. So our experience through the TVETs institutions is that the corruption there is worse. And under the NSFAS, the corruption was worse even in allocating students their funds. The reason why you'll find that the NSFAS has been given a lot of money, billions and billions, but it fails to cater at least 30% of our students. Why? Because it's just a scam from somewhere to somewhere. So it can't. We are rejecting these things.
Guys, very quickly, we are at a crucial point on the academic calendar. What is the way forward?
No, it's simple. The EFF Student Command stand is that we need free educations. And our call is still for free educations. We're going to get free educations. But on how and when, they must wait for the EFF Student Command. We're going to give direction. That's the reason why this year we said we're busy consulting our members. You can see there's nothing called fees must fall. It's just a reaction some there and there. And we support whenever there's a reactions. But we're saying EFF will give direction, and the EFF Student Command is going to give direction. Sooner you will know that. That's the reason why in that report they declare issue of free registration, which was meant by us. When EFF Student Command was introduced, we said all students must register for free. And in all institutions that we're leading now, currently, now under these circumstances, students are registering for free. So declaring this free registration, it's one of our things that we were doing. So we don't even mind about that. So next year when they register for free, we are going to deal with a financial exclusion, because you will register, you'll have an access, but success you're not going to get it. So we're saying access without success is meaningless. We need access and success at the same time.
Thank you, guys. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you for sharing your insights with us on the SABC News Desk. Rendani and Gabriella from the EFF Student Command joining us on the SABC News Desk this afternoon.